Hello, and welcome to my Prezi. This Prezi is on flipping. What is the flipped classroom? Well, I'm about to tell you, and you're about to learn. It's all about a reverse teaching model. Taking the homework, bringing it into the classroom where the student probably needs more of your help, and taking those lectures out of the classroom and putting them in for homework. Think of your lecture as something, if you put it on video, you'll be able to use it every year. Or think of something that's redundant, that you're so tired of repeating all the time. So therefore, it's the reverse teaching model, where you deliver the instruction at home, what we call the lecture, and you move the homework to the classroom. So in the classroom you can get in groups and do more meaningful work. You can have more one-on-one with your students. That means face-to-face with your students when they need you the most. You should, if you flip your class, lesson by lesson, you don't have to do it all at first. You should be able to have a face-to-face and a meaningful conversation with every single one of your students every single day. The traditional classroom, where the teacher is the sage on the stage, and for homework you do reading and you do questions, we're flipping that. And now, instead of the teacher's role of sage on the stage, you're going to be the guide on the side. Look at that. Activity today. Watch the lecture online tonight, and then tomorrow we'll come in the classroom and we'll really learn it in depth together. This allows the student to really investigate the subject matter in depth, and it'll allow you more time to spend with them. What a flipped classroom model does is allows the students to watch their lectures at home at their own pace. If they don't understand something, they can just pause it or rewind it, and they can't do that to you when you're up there lecturing. In fact, some students find it very difficult to take notes while you're up there lecturing. During these videos, you can have them blog with each other, you can have them do online discussions, you can have them answer quiz questions, you can have them take notes, you can have them do many wonderful different things, which we will be discussing later. And when they're in the classroom, they will be more engaged. In fact, when they're at home listening to the videos, they're more engaged than if they were listening to you lecture, because you're going to assign them assignments while they're listening to the video. The change. Yeah, folks, it's time to flip your class. The traditional classroom where the teacher instructs, students take notes. You don't know if they're taking notes. They may or may not be taking notes. They follow your instruction, you give them an assessment, and then they have homework and they do it all over again. Well, when the flipped version, teacher instructs the lesson at home. You can use a video that you've created, a video that's been created by somebody else. You can even assign bookwork if you like, or a website to go to and to investigate or research. But always attach an assignment to it so that you know that they've done it. And you can always grade that as well. The students then, when they get to class, they can experiment with a deeper understanding of the concepts. They can make connections to the content. They oftentimes work in groups, and they have support as needed, not just from you, but from the other students. The change. Teaching model in which videos replace lectures with your valuable class time. Imagine you not having to lecture and what you could do with all that extra time. And when the students come to class, they can apply what they learned at home with interaction, FaceTime with each other, or FaceTime with you. and you can actually work on the deeper problems. It's a much higher student engagement when you flip, because they will be engaged during the video, because you will have them not just view the video but do something else before, during, or after the video. This way students are learning for and by themselves. They're being actively engaged. This is a student-centered environment where they are having to actively partake in their own education. Imagine that. They're learning content at home. They get a lot of small group work and cooperative learning, and we're going to later learn some cooperative learning strategies in which you can use for those in-classroom assignments. So what do you have to do? Okay, you assign homework. You decide what you're going to do for homework. You're going to have them either watch a video, and when I say video, that may be a screencast as well. Some of you are familiar with Jing and Screencast-O-Matic already. A screencast is just as good, and you don't have to make every single video, but teachers, your students love to see you. Trust me, they really do. You can use a video that's already been prepared by someone else, or you can use ones that you have prepared. As for homework, you can have them take notes. After they view, you can have them blog with each other. You can have them take a little quiz, which could be just a formative assessment so that they can self-assess themselves on the material. Or you can have them do the whisk method. I really like the whisk method. So when you assign students and you don't have a really good homework assignment to go along with a video, you can just say, okay, do the whisk. The whisk method stands for watch, summarize, and question. That means they watch the video. After they watch it, they summarize what they just learned, and then they have to state one question that they have about the video, or a question to further their thinking, maybe a question that they want to know more about pertaining to that subject. Another thing you need to do is decide on your classroom activity. A lot of cooperative learning groups will be needed. Look at this picture right here. This is a group of students. One student is up here demonstrating something to the other students. You'll need some ideas on what ways you can use cooperative learning groups, and guess what? We're going to learn a bunch of those throughout the whole year. In fact, we're going to be doing 3 of those cooperative learning groups here at Tech Camp. Also, you can have them do a project on the information that they've been learning through the videos via team or alone. You could give them a formative assessment, whether it's mobile or whether it's just an observation. Remember, a formative assessment is just an assessment that you give that informs you on who knows the stuff and who doesn't. Okay, so you can give a mobile assessment, which you're also going to learn how to do in Tech Camp today. A mobile assessment can give them a grade. You can record the grade, or basically it just gives you a measurement of who knows and who doesn't know the material. It can just be a simple observation. You walking around the room, asking questions, looking at them and seeing where they are. But the greatest thing about flipping is they have to demonstrate mastery before they continue. And of course, you can have in-class discussions in many, many ways. And of course, you need to decide on the assessment, how you're going to grade them for a summative assessment, which summative assessment simply means a grade, a real grade that you're going to give them. You can grade the notes that they were supposed to take when they took notes on the video. You can grade the whisk. You can grade their summary and the question that they come up with. You can just say, okay, on this video, take a page of notes. I'm going to grade it in the morning, and so you look at it and you can give them a grade. You can grade them on any kind of group work, any way you want. Here's another great idea. How about having your students create a video or a screencast about the subject? And for any of the really good ones, you can use it next year. So what is the flipped classroom? What does it look like? It looks like anything you need it to be. The greatest thing about the flipped classroom is it's not a pedagogy, it's not a strict method. It's just so much information that we give you, that anybody can give you. As long as you have a good objective, you have a lesson and assignment attached to it, and some kind of assessment at the end, you do whatever you want, whatever works for you. That's the greatest thing about the flipped classroom. You don't have to follow anybody's strict pedagogy. The following platforms can be used to deliver your homework, and of course there are many more, but we can use Edmodo. We can use Sophia.org. I'll show you a little bit about Sophia.org in a few minutes. I like Sophia.org because it puts lessons in a playlist, and it's got the video and maybe a PDF file and then an assignment, and it keeps all the lessons separately. TED Ed is something that Chuck Durant is going to show you. It's another way to flip a lesson in TED Ed with different videos. And of course, this is how you deliver. So you might even deliver the video or the homework just by a simple URL, a link that you send to your students. And of course, we have to know how to store our videos, because if you give your students a link, where are the videos stored? We're going to store them on youtube.com/education. It's supposed to not be blocked from us. Okay, if you do a Show Me, which is a whiteboard on the iPad, those are already housed in Show Me when you start your account. You just provide your students with a link, or you put the link on Edmodo or on Sophia. Or send the link to your students via email. And then screencast.com holds the screencast-o-matics and the jings. So there you have it. Sustaining your flipping. And I am not going to show you these because this was a pretty good one, actually, what the flipped classroom is. But I'm not going to waste any even time, because flipped classroom you're going to learn a whole lot about this year if you take any more of my workshop. So that's all, and I'm giving credit to this person because they're the one who did this original Prezi. This was a Prezi, and I also use this because somebody else actually created this Prezi, but I went in and just made it my own, and I edited it the way I wanted to. Because the best part about all this is so many people have already done some of these, so lots of times you can just take their work and edit it and make it your own. So there you go, guys. Let's start to flip.